Hey guys, it's Sammy. Welcome back to my channel, and today's going to be a mishmash kind of video. But I wanted to film a few different things and I felt like they worked best together, so I'm just going to combine them all. Starting off, as you probably know, there is a special reading rush that's going to be happening. It starts the 16th and it goes to the 19th, and I would like to participate. There's just a few books and really novellas that I want to read. But I thought it'd be fun to film a little TBR and kind of give you an update on where my reading's been this month. So I just have a few books that I want to talk about for this TBR, and then I'm gonna have two little tags about like the stay-at-home book tag that I thought could help you pick a TBR, or just like to share a little bit about what I've been reading, how I felt about my reading during this time. If this is all you're interested in, here we are. I'm going to talk about what I'm reading for the reading rush this week. So the first prompt is read a book with a house on the cover. For this, I kind of struggled. I literally looked through all my books. I don't have a book with a house on the cover, but Every Heart a Doorway, which I still haven't read for my overall Owls TBR, has a door on the cover, and I thought that was pretty close. And the only other option I felt like I really had was City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, which I'm going to be reading with a lovely group of girls. We are the Twilight Therapy Club, and we're going to be doing live shows while we read throughout all of 18 of Cassandra Clare's novels. It's gonna be really exciting. More info on that to come, but I'm really excited about this. I do want to read this semi-soon, and I've been wanting to do a reread for a really long time because I want to finish the series and catch up, hopefully at least before the next Chain of Gold comes out. These live shows and stuff will be spread out over a couple months, but I think I want to try to at least binge a little bit at a time. But anyway, getting kind of ahead of myself here. I want to read this, or Every Heart a Doorway is pretty close. A door, that's in a house. And the second prompt is to read a book in the same room, so that can kind of count for most of my reading. I read almost exclusively in my bedroom. Every Heart a Doorway, it's like 100 pages. Probably could read it very easily in one sitting. And then for these next two prompts, I just combine them again. They can all kind of apply because they're kind of big, but Somewhere I Wish I Could Go, I want to read The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky. This is a novella in the Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue series, or the Montague siblings series. This takes place in Santorini. The dream. Once again, a little short novella. I feel like it could be a fun time, and once again, this is filling the prompt for a book that makes me smile, because I suspect that this will be a good time. Just a short little novella following Percy and Monty. Yeah, that's really all of my TBR. If you want a quick little update on my Owls TBR, it's changed quite a bit. I'm currently reading An Ember in the Ashes by Sapa Tahir for the white cover challenge. I was kind of like buddy reading this with Kay, but she ended up DNFing it. So I'm still kind of interested in it. I would like to see where it goes. The only unfortunate thing is that I've started another series, which is indeed unfortunate, but I am really excited about this one, and I'd love to catch up before December when the last book comes out. So I'm not really mad about this one because it's definitely like going to be worthwhile in the end, I feel like, unless I hate it. And I'm still planning on reading Harry Potter. I never read the book I said I was reading. Like, I never finished it. I was like, I cannot read 850 pages of this book, so I'm waiting for the audiobook. I have 2 weeks before it's supposed to come in, so it's gonna be really, really close. What is Order of the Phoenix? I'm waiting on the audiobook. I would really just like to read this in audiobook because it's just like, I just can't do 850 pages right now, guys. I cannot do it. If I get really sucked into the story again, maybe I'll read the next one in like physical form, but just like right now, it's just not gonna happen. So that's still hopefully gonna fit the witch section, and then for the end of the month, or at some point during this month, I'll probably be reading this for the shapeshifting, because I don't foresee myself getting through 2 of the Harry Potters this month. And if for some reason the Harry Potter doesn't come in at all, Truth Witch, Susan Dennard, another series, questionable decision making for sure, but yeah. Okay, so Owls TBR, Reading Rush TBR updates. Okay, so now the Reading Rush had a little talk through, I guess, tag that I wanted to quickly go through, and then I actually got tagged in the stay-at-home book tag, which was created by Princess of Paperback, so I'm going to do that one too, but I'm just going to run through the Reading Rush TBR really quickly because it's just more of like talking through how my reading's been going. If you're only interested in what books I was reading, you can leave, but I'm just going to talk about what's been going on and some recommendations for you guys, so hopefully you can either keep reading amazingly, or if you're in a rut right now, because I'm kind of in a rut, hopefully I can help you out a little bit. So first question in the stay home reading tag, which is the Reading Rush book tag: how's your reading going while staying home? It's been okay. So I've been home since, say, March 13th, and during that time I've read pretty well. I'd say in general, I think this year I've gotten a better handle on my reading. The first 3 months of this year I read 6 books a month, which is insanely high for me. That's like a, what, 75 books a year if I kept that up. This month unfortunately has been like kind of rough so far. I've only read one book. It was amazing. I'll talk about it later in this video, but I haven't been doing that well, and I think mainly just because I struggle to balance reading with school and then prioritizing it, because obviously school should come first as I'm in a senior and, you know, I'm trying to graduate. Also looking for a job has just been a time, so it's really hard to balance it all. But I'd say I've been doing well enough. Where have I been reading at home? In my room here. If you've never seen my full room, here she is. I've mostly been reading here. Sometimes if I feel bad, if I'm spending a lot of time in my room, I'll read downstairs, but usually I don't get much reading done, like in the living room with my family or anything. So the best book I've read during isolation, so like I said, I've been home since the 13th, and during that time I think I've read 4 books, and I definitely say that the best book I read since being home was Loveboat Taipei by Abigail Hing Wen, and I plan on filming a whole review for this. Let me know if you're interested, because I always like to film reviews for books I feel like didn't get a lot of attention when they came out. It's definitely been like a really fun read. It was kind of exciting in the way that this is about a girl who goes off to this kind of immersion camp or like school in Taipei, and it's kind of like crazy, like they do a lot of fun antics, but it's also like finding yourself and all that fun jazz before she goes off to college in the fall. In general, it was just like a really fun time. It gave me big Jen Bennett vibes, so if you like Jen Bennett, I feel like you'd really like this. It was just really good. It was really pure, really good time overall. Speaking of Jen Bennett, next question is, what's your favorite feel-good book, or a book I feel like I could recommend safely that you could really enjoy during this time? And that's definitely Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett. This is a camping story about a guy and a girl that used to be best friends and then they're enemies now, and it kind of friends to hate to love. Such a good dynamic. It was a lot of fun, camping, hiking, getting lost in the woods. Overall, I would just highly recommend it in general. I feel like not severely underhyped, but contemporary, sometimes flies under the radar, so I feel like this needs more attention. And the next question is books you wish you could buy or borrow from the library. In general, I'm trying not to buy any books like this year just because I have 10 million books. If I were to buy 3 books right now. Number 1, The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. Hate to Love, about best man and the maid of honor have to go on this honeymoon for the bride and groom because the bride and groom gets sick, I think, or something like that. It's a romance. Sounds so good, like right up my alley, and I've heard nothing but good things about it, so definitely that one. Next, controversial, Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahern. I've literally never heard the author's name. I've saying that is actually kind of weird to me. It's so hit or miss, but I feel like I could like it, but I could also hate it. But I'm really like interested in the premise, and I've been really kind of obsessed with Rain. I don't know if any of you remember the CW show. It's on Netflix. I've been binging it, and I think this takes place in like 17th century France or something, which is not in the same time period, but I felt it could be good vibes. And then the last one is Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. It's about these 2 teens that get into like a Twitter war over like grilled cheese, and there's like a local shop and then there's like a big corporation or something, so they're like duking it out on there, but they're actually like also falling in love on this anonymous chat. And god, that sounds so up my alley. I think that one would be the one I'm like most likely to buy as soon as I want to. The next is an author you want to shout out during this time. I feel like I'm always shouting her out, but I feel like she deserves it. As always, I love shouting out Katie Upperman. I've read all of her books. I've loved all of them. They're all super different. They all have such different vibes, but they're all good, okay? They're all quality literature, and I feel like she does not get the hype she deserves. Kissing Max Holden. It's a neighbor love story. Super spicy. The Impossibility of Us. It's drama. Crazy. A girl whose brother has recently died in Afghanistan, and she starts to fall in love with an Afghani boy. Prejudice is discussed in here. It's hard, but it's really good. And then How the Light Gets In, my favorite, and it's ghosts, paranormal, but then it also deals with the loss of a sibling. This one, but all of them, seriously. Support your smaller authors, guys. I try to do it as much as I can. I know I'm so behind on like so many bigger books, but I try as often as I can to support smaller authors, especially through Swoon Reads. I found that I really adore a lot of the books they put out, so Okay, should I still do the second tag? We're gonna do it. If you're still watching, thank you. But like I said, this is the stay-at-home book tag. I feel like before I said who was made, but not who tagged me. Esme tagged me. She is from Esme at Girl Power. I will link her down below. I will link the original tag down below. I'll link all these people down below. She tagged me in this, and I want to give it a little go. Prompt number 1, laying in bed, a book you could have did read in a day. For that, I have to go with a series I am so excited is getting adapted, and that is the Selection series by Kira Cass. I have a whole video coming out about it. Well, it's not like about like the news. You'll see. It'll be coming out in a couple days. But I'm so excited about this adaptation. This is a super quick read, and I know like it's not like the smallest book ever. It's about 300 pages, but you can probably read 2 of these in a day. I swear they are the fastest books I have ever read. Now's the time. Well, actually, I mean, now it's probably not the time. I doubt the show is gonna come out like this year or even next year. Like I'm not holding my breath about it, but I'm so excited, and you should be excited too, so you should read this. Thank you. Next is Snacking, a guilty pleasure read. The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I think is probably like a spicy book. Is that really what we're talking about here? Absolutely adored. So much fun. Once again, probably could read this in a day too. Good stuff. I'm telling you, Hate to Love, Office Romance, good stuff. Next is Netflix, a series you want to start. 10 million. But don't hold your breath on me reading this anytime soon, but yep. So next is Deep Clean, been on your TBR for ages. I think this is one of the oldest books on my TBR. Let me know if it's worth reading this book. I don't plan on reading the whole series, but I would like to know if you think it's worth reading this first book, because I heard good things about it back in the day. But it's like, should I just unhaul it? That's Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I loved Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. I didn't love Panic, and I don't think I've read any of her other books, but Delirium, you know, the love, they're not allowed to fall in love, right? I feel like it could be kind of fun, but I've heard not good things about the next couple books in the series, but I only have this one, so it's like, do I read it? Do I not? Please let me know if anyone's still watching. Next is Animal Crossing, a book you recently bought because of the hype. Once again, I haven't bought any books recently, but like some of my most recent purchase, I guess, which I think I talked about in a book haul, but that is the entire Cruel Prince trilogy in the like black edition, because I had ordered them all through Amazon before, so it was like the white edition, but for Christmas I was like, you know what, we're gonna get them, mostly because this, The Queen of Nothing, has like special content, and I'm not mad at my decision. This is the only book series I own more than one copy of, but I'm not mad at it, you know. They're gorgeous, you know, and obviously these are well worth the hype. If you have not read the series yet, you should get on that. Next, Productivity, a book that had an impact on you, and that is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I want to reread this, probably not this year. Maybe I'll reread it around election time just to really do myself in, but this book is just like such pure goodness, and I love it so much. It's definitely probably in my top 5 books of all time. I love it so much, and I think it's just going to be one of those books that I always feel like has an impact on me, not necessarily in the fact that like it changed my life or anything, but I feel like it really took me out of my head when I was reading it, and like really put things in perspective, and really reminded me that like reading can really take you to another place. I don't know, this was just one of those stories that just like put me through it, but in the best way possible. So now I just want to recommend it to everyone, but I feel like everyone's recommended this at this point, but you know, here I am again. The next prompt is Facetime, a book you were gifted. Like I said, I think the last time like I got any books was around Christmas, so this is just another book that I got during Christmas, but that is Night Owls by Jen Bennett, or The Anatomical Shape of a Heart by Jen Bennett. This is the UK edition. I just wanted it because of this cover and the name, I don't know, long story, but I'm super excited to read this. I kind of have a video planned around this, and I'm very excited for it, and I will be reading it this year sometime, okay, once I get the rest of my life together. And then the next prompt is self-care. What is one thing you have done recently to look after yourself? What have I done recently? I've been working out. Like I got like one of those like at-home workout things, which has been fun. I definitely prefer like yoga and like short workouts, but I've been really liking like 30-minute workouts through like those apps, except that I have 0.0 coordination skills, and I feel like some workouts are kind of like learning a dance routine, and it's hard, but it's been fine. I've enjoyed it. I liked going to the gym and I liked eating healthy when I was at school, and now it's harder because like I don't eat as healthy because there's like so much food in my house and it's not like what I bought myself. So yeah. And then last, name a book coming out soon. So I'm gonna go through my little list that I have on Goodreads. The book I had in mind was Chasing Lucky by Jen Bennett, but I think it actually just got pushed back to November or December, which sucks because I was so looking forward to reading that. That was actually a book I was planning on buying or like reading over the summer. But oh, okay, this sounds promising for me, and it comes out June 16th, and that is You Say It First by Katie Katugno. This is about this girl, I think, that falls in love with this guy after calling him on a voter registration call center, and they like talk back and forth like a lot, and she's in college and it's like political, but I feel like it could be really fun. I don't know, this like I feel like I didn't explain that well at all because I don't know what it's about at all, but I'm excited about it, so check it out if it sounds interesting. Okay, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still watching right now, I feel like there's no one. I feel like there's no one that's gonna comment this. Find a way to incorporate the words tree frogs into your comment. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys for continuing to support me. I recently hit 1,300 subscribers, which is a really big milestone for me. And I know like it seems like not a lot, especially since I've been on here for a pretty long time, and a lot of people I started with are at 50k, no, not 50, like 30k range, and I'm just like chilling. But thank you guys for all your support. It's been a really exciting couple of months on YouTube for me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Do a video very soon. Bye.